By now your hanger should pretty much look like this. Our next step is going to be to take this IPT file and create an IDW file that looks just like the one that you've been working from and explains all of the dimensions that we needed to build this hanger. So we need to open up our border template file, and first thing we need to save as hanger instead of border template so that we don't accidentally make any changes to our border template. I'm going to check and make sure that this view, which is what I want to see on my drawing, is the front view up here. If it's not, then you need to situate it so that you're looking at the hanger just like this, and then no matter what the cube says, right click it and set the current view as front. You can save that once you've done that. Now jumping back over to the IDW file, I'm going to place my base view, which should be coming in as the front, and it's probably coming in quarter scale automatically. I'm going to step that up to half scale so that I fill as much of the page as I can. Once I have it placed where I want it, right click, hit OK. And now we are ready to dimension this shape. So I pop over to my Annotate tab, and the first thing I want to do is to place all of my center marks. Hover over the arc on the outside of each one of these curves, and it places center marks for me, which I can dimension to tell how far apart these circles are. So now hopping over to my regular general dimension tool, I'm going to select the points at the ends of the legs on the center marks and then drag the dimension out far enough where it's not going to interfere with the drawing. And I need to put one of these on here for every dimension that exists on the IDW drawing you've been working from. Wherever dimensions should line up, make sure that they do. Dimensions show where all these center marks are placed in relation to one another. But I also need to dimension the diameters or radii of the center marks around these circles, the ones that we used to actually create the path that we swept along when we made the coat hanger. If I use my general dimension tool to do this, and I hover over the arc, you'll notice that the dimension that I'm getting does not match the dimension on your drawing. This should read diameter of 2 inches. And it also should be measuring from the center line, not from the outside arc. So I'm not going to use my general dimension tool for these ones. Instead, I'm going to use this. It's called leader text. We hover over the center line that we want to dimension and then drag out in a direction that makes the arrow point toward the center mark. Click once more to place the dimension, and then right click and hit continue. You'll see a text box open up just like this. We need to put a diameter symbol in, which can be found underneath this drop down menu. It's the little circle with the slash through it. And then we type in the dimension that we actually need for this particular circle. I'm going to go ahead and do this on all of the center marks on the drawing. Now I'm showing all of the dimensions that are shown on the drawing that we've been working from. However, there is one thing I still need to add here. At the bottom left of the drawing, there's a little note that lets us know what the coat hanger is made out of. These little notes oftentimes appear on drawings just to tell us things that the dimensions don't tell us, like what the material is. So in this case, I select the text tool from up in the ribbon in the Annotate tab, and I come down to the bottom left-hand corner and click, and I open up a text box. I'm going to type in the note that is on the drawing I've been working from. It's asking me if I want to stack my fractions, and I will leave them in horizontal form. You can stack yours if you like. So when I'm done, I hit OK, and the this little note appears on the bottom of my screen. So my drawing is fully dimensioned, fully notated. Now all I need to do is to update the information in my title block, and I'm ready to print. This IDW file gets saved, and if yours looks like mine, you're ready to print.